And welcome back to another video and to another edition of AEW Rampage Out of 10. The show featured 3 title matches with the TNT Championship, sorry, the All-Atlantic Championship main eventing the night. So yeah, big show like I say. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review of the most exciting 1 hour of wrestling. Anyway, you can find we started things off with the Acclaim versus Varsity Athletes for the Tag Championships. All 5 men brawled at the start with the Acclaim getting the advantage after distraction from Sterling. Neeson Woods attacked the port behind and did the scissoring pose. Bowens and Woods were the legal men. Max Caster was quickly tagged in and he was in control against Woods. The latter sent Caster to the outside and almost goaded Billy into hitting him. Gunn was ejected from ringside by the ref. Woods then got a 2 count after a net breaker. Both men took each other out with a diving crossbody drops. Anthony Bowens was tagged in and he unloaded a flurry of offense on Neese and Woods. The latter stopped his momentum with a knee strike. Tony Neese and Josh Woods then placed Bowens on the turnbuckle and hit a knee, followed out with a double team move for a 2 count. Max Caster broke out towards the end. Neese tried to roll up Bowens but got hit with a knee strike instead. After the double team move, Bowens hit the arrival on Neese and Caster and followed out with a mic drop for the pinfall victory. Post-match, Sterling said that he still holds the trademark before Billy Gunn came out and attacked him. The Acclaim and the Guns humiliated Sterling to end the segment. I mean, like, yeah, this was just silly bollocks, wasn't it? To be honest, I was kind of buying into it because I've been silly bollocks. But yeah, I mean, like, a bit of a weird storyline, but you know, it still worked. Entertaining start to the show, I suppose, so I'll give it 7 out of 10. It was then time for Hook versus Ori Davari for the FTW Championship. He wanted to buy the title from Hook at the start, but Hook attacked him instead. The action spilled outside before distraction gave Davari the advantage. He then shoved Hook into the corner and mocked him. Hook came out with some punches and followed out with fisherman suplex. He posed to the crowd, and Ori Davari came back with a super kick, hitting a rock bottom for a 2 count. Towards the end, Davari was on the apron and Hook lifted him up inside the ring and applied the red run to pick up the victory. Kind of what we all knew would happen here, but another win for Hook. Yeah, kind of wanting to get back into a meaningful storyline, but you know, for what it was, it's fine. Always entertaining to see Hook on my screen, so 6 out of 10. Layla Gray then took on Willow Nightingale. Layla dodged Nightingale's grapple and posed for the crowd. Nightingale quickly took her down, but Gray took control by shoving her opponent in the corner. After a brief back and forth between the stars, Willow hit some clotheslines on Gray, but the latter stopped her momentum. The action spilled to ringside with Kira Hogan hitting a super kick on Willow. Gray was in control at this stage of the match. She then hit a drop kick and followed out with a face plant for a 1 count. Willow retaliated with some strikes, but missed the Simpson dot. Gray then chased her opponent out. However, Willow used her power to get out. Gray used to have the momentum, but Willow hit an Gary to make a comeback and followed up with a kick. She then pushed Gray on the ropes and hit a spine buster. Gray hit a side leg sweep and a high knee. Towards the end, Willow hit a roundhouse kick on Layla and followed up with a doctor bomb for the victory. Post-match, Shivani came out and Nightingale had officially signed with AEW. Cargill made an appearance and gave Nyla Rose 10 seconds to hand her title back. Rose showed up on the Titan shot and seemingly drove away with Koga's car. She refused to leave the ring and attacked security. Yeah, I mean, actually, in terms of the match itself, it was really good, probably better than I was expecting, to be fair, just because they gave them more time. So yeah, that gets 7 out of 10 from me, and all the stuff at the end, yeah, I am quite enjoying this Nyla, Jay Cargill stuff. It is quite entertaining, I have to say. So yeah, overall good stuff. I enjoyed this little segment. It was then our main event segment, Orange Cassidy, Roosh and Peston Vance. And Peston and Raish battled out as Cassidy watched on at the start. He then had his hands inside his pocket and hit some weak kicks. Roosh then took out Vance before clashing with Cassidy. The latter took Vance out with a dive on the outside. The action spilled to the outside and Roosh was in control. He dropped Vance on the barricade and used a wire to choke him out before using the same item on Cassidy. Inside the ring, Roosh and Peston Vance brawled the latter to send Roosh to the outside. Cassidy then tried for a suicide dive on both his challenges, but they caught him and dropped him onto a table. Vance then hit a spear as Cassidy looked to hit the orange punch. At one point, Jose enters the ring, but Danhausen appeared and stopped him. However, Roosh pulled Danhausen towards Cassidy for a collision. He then hit a belly-to-belly suplex on the champ, and towards the end, Cassidy took Roosh out with the orange punch. He then hit the beach break on Peston Vance for the victory. Post-match, Vance and Rush came face-to-face with a Dark Order member and walked away with -1. Nicely -1. And yeah, 7 out of 10 from me. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, decent enough match, I suppose. Cassidy was always going to get the win. But yeah, on the whole, it was just decent main event and good to see -1 as always. Overall, Rampage this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought for what it was an okay episode of Rampage. You know, there was some decent matches in there. Some matches probably weren't as good, but you know, on the whole, for an hour's entertainment of wrestling, it was more than serviceable enough. So yes, solid episode of Rampage, I would say, and overall gets a 6 out of 10. But anyway, guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, rate, comments down below, and follow this link straight for daily wrestling news and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.